For today's discussion, we're going to be looking at the effects of technology on communication and human relationships. So the song you just listened to was "Every Time I Fall" by Jesse Velasquez. Yes, I got the new one. So I have John Patricks here with me. He'll be helping with today's discussion on effects of technology on communication and human relationships. So John Patricks, you would agree with me that technology has evolved so much over the years, right? So how has technology changed the way you communicate with others?
Yeah, so good afternoon one more time. And technology has changed a lot of things. Those days were the times that before you talk to someone, you have to walk a very long distance. I didn't get.
Yeah, I was there.
Hey.
I was there.
All right, so I think the one that I'd seen more was like we're having this telephone thing at the town.
Yeah, phone booth.
Yeah, the phone booth in town. So if you want to make a call, you all have to move to that place, walk to that place, and then make the call.
Yeah.
You buy your recharge card and just put it in, then you make your call.
And I think they're very common in SHS schools. That's the only thing we have there.
Yes, that kind of thing. But in this that I'm referring to was for the whole community or town.
Wow.
Yes, so you can have or you'll be having one.
Hey.
So you have to walk a very long distance to make the call. And where you are calling into to is just to another phone booth, whereby if the person is in there, it means that
there'll be no communication. Wow.
Yes. But it was all technology that was doing that. As I said earlier, there was a time whereby we have to walk a long distance to deliver a message. Then there was also a time where we used the drums to make communication. To those times, some sent birds, tie a letter, and then send it. Then there was the time of letter, where you write letter. If you are the only person educated in your home,
you'll be the chief writer.
Yes. So you'll be called. Then whether the old woman or the grandma or your mother wants you to write to someone and then start saying it. In fact, they are not saying it in English, but you have to write it in English.
That's two jobs in one.
Yes. So this is all in attempt to communicate, make communication very necessary. We are beings, we are social beings, as people say, and talking to each other is one thing we cannot live. When it's taken away, then I think we lose huge parts of our humanity. So over the years, we've been trying so much to improve on this, because we will not be living with each other all the time, but we have to hear about them, about our family, our friends.
Check up on how they're doing.
Good. So over the years, as I said, the phone booths came. Then we had the telephone coming in. So we had the Nokia 3310s. They were the ones.
The phone was so popular then.
Yes, because it was strong. The battery.
It was good.
Very good.
It lasts for hours.
Yes.
You mean days?
Yes, I mean days. Not even hours. Days.
Yeah, days.
You get it. Then it moves on and on and on to where we begin having others like the Symbian OS, the Blackberries came, and then we began getting the smartphones, and then to now. So all are in attempts to make or improve or enhance our communication, our family, and everyone. So I would say that communication, technology has done great when it comes to communication and how we communicate. Today, we are having our phones, we are having social media platforms like WhatsApp, Telegram, that we are able to communicate or reach anybody at any time and at ease. And at the comfort of your home, anywhere you are, you can really make call. You can talk to someone. There's no excuse anymore. To students, they are able to ask questions, ask the lecturers or their teachers questions from anywhere, send and ask. That's how technology had made up today. Social media platforms like our WhatsApp, and today everyone has WhatsApp on their phone. Even the
unless it's not a smartphone.
Yes. Even anyone going to buy phone will ask you. Or will say that
yes,
WhatsApp. Or will just say I want a WhatsApp phone instead of saying
true.
smartphone.
True.
Why? We want to communicate.
True.
So we've moved away from letter writing to sending messages. Our phone SMS have been there, but today people hardly even send SMS. But we do WhatsApp, Twitter, Telegram, Instagram, Facebook, and we reach anybody at any time.
Anyway.
Yes. And not only that, we are talking, but we can even see the people we are talking with.
FaceTime.
Good. FaceTime, video conferencing, and all of this. Today, school is not only about the physical place, but it's moved into a virtual place as well, where we have Google Meet, Zoom. Some schools have special e-learning platforms like Valley View University, so we can have that communication. Class can go on, and during COVID, these were some of the things we've seen. That it is the help of communication that we've been able to be together. We've been able to so all that I'm trying to say is that technology had impacted communication so much.
Wow. Do you think AI has a role to play in that?
Yeah. So what's AI? Is artificial intelligence. We explained this some time ago on the show, and where we are saying artificial. So devices or electronic devices being intelligent or behaving like human beings. So yes, they've played a lot of roles in it. So they are helping us to understand. So let me take the social media platforms per se. So you attended school with someone some years ago, like 15 years ago in primary school. How do you find the person? Well, that person is also on Facebook. You're also on Facebook. And then you are a friend to someone from your former school. You've stated that you've attended A and B school. Someone. Then Facebook suggests that, there's this particular person to also attended this school, and you might know the person. Suggest the person. So that kind of suggestion and that thing is all driven by AI.
Wow.
You get it? So it brings them and then sort them, so you're able to see, and you realize that this is the guy.
Yeah.
This was my
sometimes
friend.
you'll be looking for somebody and then all of a sudden the person will just pop up in your feed and you're like, wow. Like you just connect with the person right away.
Yeah. On Twitter recently, there was this lady who came to write that when she was in DHS, there was this boy who bought him a kind of ice cream. Then and all of a sudden the father died, the mother too died, and the boy dropped out and left the town. And has since not seen him, and was wondering if mentioned the school, and was wondering, kind of describe the guy. And within 2 hours
2 hours?
Yes.
Wow.
They found the guy.
Wow.
Yes, and he's doing very well.
Imagine how long it would have taken if there was no.
What? How long? You may not have. She wouldn't even be thinking of finding, because it wasn't going to be possible to see the person anymore.
Wow.
So that is the AI doing that. So people see and then finding. So I think AI is going to be. So AI is the new revolution in the in the tech space now. So that's also going to do something important when it comes to communication, but it's still at its younger stage, so we hope to see greater improvement in.
Right. So So initially or before in those times when you want to talk to someone, you had to go or walk miles and see the person and then interact physically with the person. But with all that you've said, how has technology improved, or has technology improved or hindered the ability to communicate feelings and then emotions?
Okay, so what I'd say is yes and no.
Mm.
Okay, so emotions and feelings, yes. Some people want different ways to communicate to people,
Mm-hmm.
in the sense that some will feel shy talking to you. I may
Face to
know
face.
you, but in face to face, I'll be shy to say certain things to you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this tech using for example, using social media platform like WhatsApp can help that person to communicate, tell you what he or she thinks.
Yeah, true.
Okay, and I think it's helping in that way that people are able to get emotional support.
Because people are, if I agree with you, if I understand you, people are also, good with writing. They're able to express themselves better with writing. So
Good.
with the with the technology coming into play, it's helping them to communicate better and express themselves better.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So then even you may be emotionally down. Who do you want to talk to? You may not be able to confide in your immediate people around you. But these platforms get you closer to counselors, or get you to even experts. Today we have chatbots, which are AIs. You can talk to them.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to any chatbot. Tell whatever you want to tell those bots, and they are able to relate with you.
Yeah.
So they are all emotional support. So I think communication has helped in all those spaces, that we are able to get the kind of support.
Just like how the guy was able to, profess his love for the lady.
Yeah, online.
He didn't. I think he didn't have the courage to do it like face to face. So he
Yes,
had
a
to
kind of thing.
use the channel.
The kind
right?
of thing. Yeah, someone
Not
passed
easy.
the comments on that now he has said the things that have been worrying him. He's happy, he's free, whatever can come, Yeah. So communication has really, really improved, and how we get.
Well, you said it's both good and bad, right? So
Yes.
let's look at the bad side.
So bad side to mean that there is this finding or research by so this research by a student called Julian Rees. So was working on this as part of his masters, and was released on November 18, 2019. And in part of the findings, it says that 45% there's a problem in marriage caused by technology. When you take the percentage, is 45%. To mean that yes, technology will help us relate very well when it comes to our relationships, get us talking, build our relationships. When you are in constant communication, that's where you kind of believe in the person and trust the person. But however, it can still do that. So now we tend to see people spending all their time on technology or these social media platforms I'm talking about, and then they don't get to spending the right time there. So you find married people, then everyone is in the room
And they're all
on their phone. Even not even that, friends,
Yeah,
colleagues we've met, let us talk and say something.
it's true. Like
We can only talk, hey, guy, Charlie, what's up?
the next
Hey, yeah,
minute now, I
then-
your phone.
If they will be there for 3 hours, you realize that they stop talking for more than 2 hours. Everyone on the phone, smiling, doing something else. So that's another way that it's that's the negative part when it comes to tech on human relationships and communication. So we are not able to focus very well. We spend so much time on what isn't too necessary. Then you have people getting addicted to some of these platforms, and it's so bad.
Yeah. I mean, you attest to the fact that you use technology, I mean social media, for communication and other stuff. So have you come across a situation, have you experienced a situation where the technology has caused like a misunderstanding?
Yeah, so it is just the negative things I was talking about earlier. So you find out people doing so many things that they wouldn't be doing in reality. So you get to see people, instead of focusing on their life, and they are spending so much time doing other things on the internet. That leads to a problem. So most of these relationships that are breaking down, you realize that some people or some partners on social media are doing other things. You get it?
Yeah.
On social media, on WhatsApp, sending messages, texting someone else, and all of this will cause misunderstanding.
True.
So
all the same. Please, if you're listening to us and you have a question, a contribution, anything, just text us at 0503114466. We will not misunderstand you, okay?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So these are some of the things. So we use them. Yes, I've seen many a times. Others are abusing the platforms around them, which is getting into problems. And we should also know that today we have the Communication Act, and which guides the way we use the internet or how we even use these platforms. So we don't just go to say anything because we have the chance to say anything. Yes. So
all right. So what are some of the challenges or the negative impacts of technology on our communication and as well as our relationships?
So earlier, as I mentioned, that there's addiction to the internet. We become addicted to the devices we are using, especially our social media.
I mean, how do you know whether you're addicted or not?
You get to know when you realize that you can't really live. What I mean by not able to live is you don't feel comfortable.
You can't do away with your phone
within some minutes. Let's say 5 to 10 minutes or 20 minutes without going on a social media, WhatsApp or Twitter or Instagram to see something.
Yeah, and then this one to find out that you're addicted, you can try it. Maybe if you're going for a class, you can decide to leave your phone at the hostel and see whether you can do that. Oh, that's not a good idea.
Yeah, that's also a way just to try, but that's a longer period. But what I'm trying to say is, if between the first 10 to 20 minutes you don't feel comfortable
like,
without going
I want
on
to check on my phone what's going on,
see something like that, then you are addicted.
Wow.
And it steals our focus when it comes to real life. So you realize you want to do something, but you feel like, well, let me stay on social media for some 20 minutes, the next 20 minutes, let me just check something, let me just chat someone.
Especially when you're watching videos, it's like, last one.
See that? See, you will not realize you are spending so much hours. You are not really doing anything. You are just lying down. If you are sitting, you are sitting. Often you are lying down.
Yeah, true.
And before you realize, it's 12 p.m.
Wow.
Then you feel like, oh, let me get something to eat.
I'm hungry.
Yes. And then you are still there because you've seen something 9. So
Nice.
you wanted to
No,
read.
the thing is, when let's say for example, you're like, well, let me go and get something to eat. Then you close, like you switch off the screen. Then you go, you come back. When you switch it on, and you get back to the same place, and you just continue with it. That's.
So you see, before you realize it's 6 p.m., you haven't done anything in the day, anything profitable or productive.
Mm-hmm.
Although you've planned, you have to learn this, you have to study this, you have to finish this and that. I'll go to this place and that. When you are asked what did you do, you can't really tell what you've
realize
done.
that like nothing, just on your phone the whole day.
Just on my phone.
Wow.
You get it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one of the things. Then it is also creating it's also making people feel like human beings are not important anymore.
How do you mean?
What I mean is that today all people start to say my phone is my best friend, this is my best friend, or without this I cannot be this. Now I don't talk to people, and people are feeling okay. You get it? They don't care about their fellow. Even people can be family, they will be in the same house, but they are not talking to each other. They remain in their rooms and just on social media. But that is not the real. That's not the reality. You get out from your house, and you realize that you can't talk to anyone. You are just a social media guru. Nothing.
Isn't that an achievement?
No, not in the real life. We are talking about reality, the physical space. But all the people have now come to, I have to be on my own, and they are failing to create connection with people.
Being like that is okay.
Yes, I want to just be on my own, and all they do is their phone. That's all, which is very, 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 very bad. So somehow,
some people say they are introverts, so it's okay to be like that.
But those days were they not introverts?
Oh.
See, you are introvert. That's very true. But you can have to, you will still have to talk to people. But you realize people who are not even introverts stay in, and they are just there with their phones. They don't want to even talk to their siblings. The next thing you see them in the house doing is coming for their food, and they don't even want to eat with the family. Those eating with the family, they are still on their phone, and all of that. It is so bad. So those are some of the negatives. It avoids or reduces real life interactions. So as I said, then there's a lack of focus.
All right.
And distraction from real life. Distraction from real life. People have copied so many things that's happening in social media, and they're thinking that's how you're supposed to be in the real life. So social media, someone somewhere else just type something, write something, coming up with some weird suggestions and everything. Someone else to fix it, thinking that is what the life is. Recently on Twitter, there was this lady who says that she posted something, and a boy came to insult her. Then she said she felt pain, but she didn't reply. So she created another account and then went to the boy's DM to talk. So they've been talking for some time, and then decided to go on a date, a physical one. So wanted to know who the person behind the account. She got there, and only for her to see a JHS liver. You get, so this is what the things that are supposed to improve on our communication. We are kind of abusing it and using it to do other things. You get, so we pick things from those virtual places to our real life, which is displaced, and we become we don't really kind of fit into the society. So we really think our fathers, our parents, our mothers are troublesome. They don't know what's really going on. But it's more or less like, I think we are not really focusing on the reality of life.
All right, so let's look at the last thing for our discussion. How are we going to use technology to build good or stronger relationships amongst ourselves and with others?
Okay, so we should understand that technology is in not to destroy human, but is to enhance efficiency in human dealings. So when it comes to communication and building relationships, tech is just let me say a complement, just to help us to do it well, so we don't get to abusing it. So let's spend less time with the social media platforms. We can use some lock apps to help us with the amount of time we spend on them. Let us chat when necessary. And you know, some of these platforms you can schedule messages like WhatsApp. So you want to send a message to maybe your wife, your husband, someone, so schedule them, let them go when the time is due, so that you can focus on other things. You get it? Yeah. So what I'll add here is that let's use video recordings to build relationships. So video recordings, so your partner, you can make it video and then be truthful. Yeah. Then we should use LinkedIn to connect to people who would help us in our professional way.
Like how we just connected before the show, right?
Yes. So that's a professional platform. So those are people that will be making you to think in your career field, and I think that place is not for jokes and audio and video kind of thing. So yes. And then let's take care with relevant information. We should be able to understand that there are fake news and the right one. Let's be careful with the news we follow and we bring them into. We should understand that our people, the people around us, are real. The mobile phone, the social media, and all those following you that you think they are not real. You need the people around you. So in as much as we are spending more time, you should spend time physically to our colleagues, our friends and families.
So there's a contribution from Joseph. He says, loving the discussion so far, technology has revolutionized how we communicate. It used to be the case in the past that people would have to queue to make or receive calls from abroad. The 4G and 5G technology has also impacted the speed at which we communicate. We can have video chats and emojis, and it has equally impacted how organizations communicate with stakeholders, especially the educational institutions. Classes can be online on Zoom, Google Meet, or Microsoft Teams, and this revolution was quite evident during COVID-19 total lockdown. So, Patrick, what do you think?
Yeah, so that's very right. I think Joseph had observed very well. And
I agree with Joseph too.
Yeah.
Right. Alright, so I think that would be it for our discussion today on the effects of technology on communications and relationships.